Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Time to learn about the twinning. Simplified. Head up the stairs on the left and pull the 5 enemies at the top of the staircase. You can stop here and kill everything. The search drones will cast autocannons, which is a narrow straight line AoE, and the Zagnal will cast heave, which is a conal AoE. Just avoid these AoEs as best you can and nuke it all down. When everything has been defeated, head down the big flight of stairs and the door will open. Turn right through the door and walk over the pad to be launched to the next pack. The Minotaur will cast 32-ton swipe, which is a long conal AoE, and 128-ton swing, which is an untelegraphed point-blank AoE around itself. This is a knockback if you get hit by it, but the cast is interruptible. Kill everything. When everything has been defeated, you can walk over the pad to the next area. Pull everything all the way to the dome at the end of the path. The enemy in the dome will be broken out by the Arc Knights. The Zagnals will again cast heave, and the Surplus Kalia will cast nerve gas. This is a wide conal AoE in the direction of a random party member. This cast can be stunned if you don't want to deal with a hard-hitting AoE. It will also cast main head, which is a mini tank buster. Kill everything and use the pad at the end of the path to jump to the next area, while there'll be another jump pad to take you to the first boss. Algurium is a tank buster. Beastly Roar is a room-wide AoE. It will raise up on its hind legs and pull its own horn off its head to use as a weapon. Everyone will get a number of swords from 1 to 4 over their head. This will indicate the order that the boss will attack you. The boss will target everyone with a straight line AoE, one at a time, with Forlorn Impact. This straight line AoE will go through you, and if you're standing in front of a dome, you'll break the dome and an ad will spawn into the fight. So you'll want to point these straight lines away from the ads and the rest of the party. I'd recommend spreading out, 2 players each on the north and south side of the arena, guiding the straight lines away as best you can. When these 4 attacks have gone out, the boss will return to normal. Everyone will get a green AoE around them. Everyone will have to spread out, but do not put this AoE on any of the domes on the outside. If you do, it will also break the dome. You'll need to be careful, as even if you just barely clip the dome with your AoE, it will still break the glass. If you do accidentally break an ad out of a dome, they just auto-attack and don't have any mechanics of their own, but the damage can get overwhelming if too many manage to break out. So really try to avoid breaking the glass of the domes as best you can. Charge Eradicated will be back-to-back stack markers that will leave a puddle of blue flames on the ground after it goes off. You'll need to group up and share the damage while moving out of the lingering puddle. This lingering puddle of blue flames will give you a burn seed buff for as long as you're standing in them. This stack marker does not affect the dome, so you can stack up on the edge towards the domes to maximize the safe area for the party. These puddles will stay in the area for a little while, so maneuver around them as best you can. From here, the boss will repeat mechanics until it has been defeated. Walk over the pad to be taken to the next area. Follow the walkway down the ramp to the next pack of mobs. Pull these in the patrolling Exalion all the way to the next wall where the next pack will be. The Reptoid will cast Berserk, which will give it a damage up for 15 seconds, but the cast is interruptible. It will also cast the move Sideswipe, which is a conal AoE. The Exalion will cast Wind Sprout, which is a point-blank AoE below a random party member. Just dodge out of it to avoid it. When everything has been defeated, the wall at the end of the path will open. Head through the door and you can pull the 4 mobs in the Exalion down the ramp to the right. Down the bottom of the ramp, there are 2 Shabties and 2 Reptoids. Watch out for the Reptoid's cast of Berserk, you don't want it to get that damage up. Kill everything and the door will open for the second boss. Thunderbeam is a tank buster. The quick cast of Electric Discharge will put electric orbs around the arena. After a few seconds, these will explode in a small AoE, so just stay away from them to avoid them. If you get hit by an electric orb, it will give you a Vuln stack. Laserblade will create several straight line AoEs through the arena, leaving only a few safe spots between the intersecting AoEs. Just get into one of these spots between the AoEs to avoid them. Getting hit by a straight line AoE will give you a Vuln stack per AoE you are hit by. Elegant Thunder will give all players a point blank AoE around them. Spread out and avoid overlapping these. Every Laserblade cast from here will overlap electric discharge orbs, as well as putting the Elegant Thunder point blank AoE on 2 players. The orbs will only be in safe spots around the arena, so everyone will have to spread out in the limited safe zones as best they can. The boss will only repeat the tank busters and the Laserblade with everything mechanic from here until it has been defeated. Head down the ramp and you'll be taken via a portal to the next area. Walk into the next portal when you zone in to jump to the next platform. Pull the 3 birds along the path and drag them to the 4 mobs ahead of you. The human-like mobs will hit you with Luminous Laceration, which is like a mini tank buster, and will also cast Vorpal Blade, which is a conal AoE. Kill everything and walk forward into the next portal to be taken over the gap. The doors will automatically open as you walk forward. Pick up all of the mobs and robots in the next 2 packs along the way. The Boil Busters will cast Thrown Flames, which is a decently sized donut around its hitbox. Sometimes these donuts can overlap with each other, so tanks can try and group up all of the enemies as best they can so there can still be a small safe zone within melee range. Kill everything, the door will open, and it's final boss time. Magitech Crossway will charge up 4 straight line AoEs in front, behind, and on the sides of the boss, whichever way the boss is facing. These AoEs will be stopped by the Tycoon with Temporal Stasis just after they begin to fire. This will give you extra time to move out of the way of the straight line AoEs. The boss will then start a countdown on screen and in the chat. When this reaches 0, Temporal Stasis will be removed and the AoEs will finish firing in their respective directions. Defensive Array is the same as Magitech Crossray, but it's on the outside of the arena instead of around the boss. Just dodge away from the AoEs as best you can. If you get hit by any of the straight line AoEs as they go off, you'll get get a Vuln stack. However, if you run through any of the AoEs as they are frozen while they are in temporal stasis, it will give you a Vuln stack and the AoE will explode in a hard-hitting room-wide AoE. Artificial Gravity will put a bunch of red and black dots on the ground. These will grow into larger sized red and black AoEs that will cut off a significant portion of the arena. Move into a safe zone as quickly as you can. If you get hit by any of these AoEs, you'll get a Vuln stack per AoE you are hit by. Rail Cannon is a tank buster. Magic Crystal will give all players a point-blank AoE. Just spread out and don't overlap these. High Tension Discharger is a room-wide AoE. After this, Magitech Cross-Ray, Defensive Array, Artificial Gravity, and Magic Crystal will begin to overlap. If you're spread out, remember that the boss might potentially be in front of a Defensive Ray AoE. Just do your best to avoid as many AoEs as possible. This part of the fight can get chaotic, but don't let it overwhelm you. There isn't really a trick to this part of the fight, it's just all about locating where the AoEs are going to go and where you'll need to stand to make sure that you're safe. You'll just need to make sure that you do your best and try to get into the safe zones as fast as you can. Mechanics will repeat until the Tycoon has been defeated. Congratulations, you have beaten the Twinning. My name is The Scrub. Thank you for watching.